Here we are. We are.
Sorry. Welcome to another installment of Perspective. I go by the name of Jeff D. We have Nikki here.
Hello.
BZ.
Hi.
Vanessa.
Hey guys.
And Stephanie.
Hi.
And thank you guys for always tuning in here with us every Thursday here on Strong Island Radio, strongisland.tv. But I do want to talk about something that's been like yearning in my heart.
Yearning in your heart.
And
Or
I want to call
churning in
this.
your
I
heart.
want to call this the Jeff D address about a post I put up
Jeff
earlier.
D
The
address.
Jeff D address. The Jeff
Presidential music
the
in the
Jeff
back?
D address about a post that I put up earlier about women popping up
Women
Popping up
on their significant
Oh.
other. And I said I was going to talk about this because I thought this was crazy to me.
Why?
So I put up a post of how it's a Nicki Minaj picture and it says, if you're not gonna pick up the phone, I'm gonna pull up. And I wrote a couple zodiac signs that I know will do this: Virgos, Libras,
Virgo Nation.
Libras, and Aries. And all the women other than the signs that I did shout out also agreed with it. So to me, it's like, damn, a lot of women agree with this saying or agree with popping up on their significant other.
I didn't say I agree. I said I did.
No.
I have done a drive-by.
So the whole thing to me was you're popping up and you're looking for something. And I've had several conversations with coworkers, people texting me like I've done it, or people on my social media saying they do it. So I said we have to talk about this because I think there is some consequences to popping up on your significant other.
Consequences?
Yes,
For
there is.
him.
Yes, there is.
For him.
Yes, there is.
And that is
For him.
I'm gonna keep it out
What's
straight.
the consequence?
If you feel like you have to pop up on me, you better 100% make sure there is a girl where I'm supposed to be at, or at my house if you're popping up at my house, or wherever you're popping up at. Because if there's not, we have a bigger problem.
That's your ego.
No, it's not the bigger problem. You don't trust me.
That's your ego.
Because if there's not,
I have a question.
yes.
Let me interview you.
If there's not,
If I'm Jeff D's woman,
yes.
why do I need to pop up or call in?
That's what I'm saying. If you feel like you have to pop up on me,
No. Let me.
okay, go.
I'm gonna ask you one more time. If I'm Jeff D's woman, why is it a pop up? Why do I need to announce myself if I'm coming? Are we not comfortable enough where it's okay for me to just?
It's not being
Swing
comfortable.
by.
It's etiquette. It's not being comfortable.
I gotta
It's
be on
not being.
schedule.
It's
It's
not.
etiquette.
It's etiquette. It's
No,
not being
it's
comfortable. It's
That's
not
the
being
same
comfortable
thing
enough.
of
It's
if you
comfortable.
decide
That's a good point.
as Vanessa's man and you want to surprise me.
I'm always gonna let you know.
That's
Unless-
not a surprise.
I'm always gonna let you know. I'm always gonna let you know I'm coming back. There's no reason for me.
Nah.
There's no reason for me to come to your crib unannounced.
Anyway,
I'm
like
just
There's
gonna
no
ignore. Like,
reason.
that's the dumbest- Shut up,
There's no.
Jeff.
If I
I
want to
have
surprise
done
you,
And when
Alright,
I
we'll go.
have done it at the time, I wasn't trusting my mate, so I showed up. I had no problems being on the grass, looking on my phone, making sure you picked up. And then the second time I did a pop up,
Oh my
it was lit. My thing is, if I'm popping up, I am always ready for what I may or may not see. And I am well aware of what I'm capable of. The issue is, why haven't you realized that yet?
That's
true.
You need to know your woman.
Well aware.
That's true.
Here's my thing. I was like,
You know I'm gonna be like,
I was waiting for
So
you at the
true.
door.
That's
to
true.
me, sometimes it's not even funny. It's like you really do not trust your significant other to the fact where you feel like you have to come unannounced because you're looking
I
for
disagree.
something.
I don't
You're
think-
looking for
I don't
something.
think you're looking for something. What
Okay.
I think is that, and you know, I say this every week, men are dumb. So sometimes, like, I can tell that you move differently when I walk into the room and your clothes lay differently. Like, I can tell. So the fact that sometimes I feel like I gotta, everybody has their phones on them. So stop it. I don't want to hear it. Don't tell me you didn't get the message. The only thing I will believe is that if you're working and you're not on your phone, fine. But if it's like 8, 9 o'clock at night,
He's sleeping.
you're not sleeping
He's
at 8, 9 o'clock
sleeping.
at night
He's sleeping.
with your
He's
phone.
He's sleeping.
With
Everybody's
Night.
phone is so
Right.
on them nowadays. You can't tell me
What
that.
happened to I fell asleep?
But this is the thing. If you fell asleep and I drive by, how do you know I'm not just checking on
Why
you to
are
see
you
if you're
don't
okay?
get me wrong. There's a
Why are you driving by?
I could just check on you to see if you're
Okay, so-
okay.
One of the things when you think about pop-ups, first of all, if I'm popping up, you've given me the red flags to make me want to pop up. I have never in life popped up on somebody. I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like you said, it is about trust. This is about trust.
Yes.
But if I'm popping up, you have already shown me the red flags. This makes me think something's going on, which is why I'm popping up.
Okay.
All right. So the trust, yeah, there is. If you want to say trust issues, you already implanted that distrust in me. That made me say, okay,
I
need
see,
to go-
I gotta take a ride.
pop up.
Pop up.
Now,
Okay.
having said that, for all the on the flip side, there are a lot of insecure women that allow their insecurities
Yeah.
to manifest in them to go pop on the dude when he's actually not doing that. When that happens, I always tell
That's a
people
different issue.
that's a different issue. If you continue to look, maybe one day you shall find. So like you said, you got to be prepared for what you might see if you're that person that goes, oh, he, dude, just like I'm going to work and like, oh, what are you doing at work? Who you
Right.
with? This and the
I
third.
drove past
you know?
it. Your car wasn't
Different.
outside.
It's a huge difference.
Okay.
It's a big difference.
So if you do pop up, ladies, and you're wrong, who should be more mad?
I'm
First of all,
wrong.
I've never been wrong a day in my life.
If you're wrong, if you pop up on a man and you're wrong, who should be upset?
Well, you're not gonna know
You're
that
not
I'm
gonna
coming
know
there
that
for
I'm
any
not-
reason. I could just come up there and be like, hey, boo,
I
how
have
you
a lot of guy
doing?
friends.
Okay.
So I understand from the guy perspective, right? Now, as a woman with guy friends, I'm gonna show you how women flip it crazy, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, ladies. I gotta
You gonna let the cat
I
out the bag.
gotta let my bro know what happened.
Let's go.
So this is how you flip it crazy. Jeff is not answering his phone. Call 1, call 2, call 3. I'm gonna probably call B. It's like, yo, listen, Jeff is not answering his phone. I don't know about
You need me to
She's
drop
like,
off?
you want me to come? She's like, yo, Jeff's like, you need me to come with you? And I'm like, nah, I got it. I
Nah,
got
just
it,
be
I
on
got it.
standby,
And she's
all
I was like,
black.
yo, but if I call you, you already know what's
You
going
already
down.
know what it
I
is.
got it.
Put the clothes on.
And then my friend, if it's a good friend, they'll put the bug like, you know what? Maybe just calm down a little bit. I was like, all right, you fine. I'm already on my way to Jeff's house. She told me to calm down. I calmed down with you as I'm driving to him. When I get there, you could be on Call of Duty with one of your
Yeah.
homeboys like this. I'm not the type of crazy that's gonna pop up for me. No. I want you to physically see me because if that really just negates the
pop up. The pop
and
up.
negates the pop up.
Yeah.
I want you to know, like, yo, you made me feel some type of way, and now when he's about to get upset, because you know he's gonna get mad.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Yo, I was praying for all of
Right.
That's when you flip it. If you had it, make me feel like I can't you. That's what you gotta flip the crazy
Yeah.
and like really, you gotta really take yourself out of character.
Yeah.
And you gotta make it. I mean,
I wouldn't
I
even
don't-
have done that.
I don't like the victim mentality, but you
You gotta play the victim.
But,
I
no,
hate it.
I hate it. However, you gotta make sure he understands
Mhm.
what took you to that level of crazy.
Yeah.
Had you answered if all the time you answer your phone, the one time you did it, how do I know you wasn't dead?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it to phase 2. Like, she would knock on the door and then someone answers the door.
Okay.
And I see you there. I'm gonna play it off. Hey, what's up? Like, how's it going? I will never tell you that I really just want to be on the phone.
No,
Those are
We
exactly.
know. We
I would
know.
never
We
do
know.
that.
Excuse me,
Pop up.
tell me.
I would never
Pop
do
up
that.
means
Between you
unannounced.
and I. Let's pretend
Pop up
I
means
did.
I would be
unannounced.
like,
you and I-
oh, I was around
That's
the
the kind of girl
neighborhood.
you watch out for, bro.
That's
'cause
crazy.
it's dangerous. You need the one that's gonna keep it real with you. Because the one that's just sitting there like, hey, that's like
I was just
Lynn
in the
Whitfield,
neighborhood.
thin line between love and like that.
That's
watch out.
crazy.
But the one that's gonna let you know, because at the end of the day, it might annoy you, but you're gonna,
Okay.
you're not gonna do it again. Because at the end of the day, if you are doing something on the road, you're not gonna want me to pop up. So then you will at
So
least
you know I'm
you will
inclined
at
to
least
pop up.
fall in line, because now in your mind you know that
It's
you know
not-
what,
it's not
if
falling-
I get crazy, but if I do this,
You should know
Vanessa
your
might
mate
be the
already.
one.
Yeah.
You should already know, yo, I got that kind of girl.
That's gonna pop up.
Yeah.
That's
We
gonna
get
pop
that.
up.
We get that.
So
And
please
just
don't
like the guys
act all
that front, like,
weird.
okay, the
when
guy
it
will
happens.
say, I'm not a pop-up guy, that's fine, but let you not answer your phone and your man is
Yo.
calling.
I don't think
With the
there's
six call-
that
It
many
might
pop-up
not be-
guys out
it
there.
might not
That's how you know
be
you're dating
Jeff
a
D.
Haitian.
It might not
Calls
be
and
Jeff
two
D,
voicemails.
but let you not pick up your phone
And a
Yeah.
and
pop-up
your
dude?
husband is calling you,
Yeah.
Mrs. D.
That's
Excuse
different.
me,
A
no,
husband-
You know,
no.
I've been in relationships.
That's why he has
I've
the
had
right to
13,
pop up. He has the
14
right.
missed calls, and I'm getting barked on. Like, barked on.
Guys-
I was like,
guys
yo,
are
I'm
just
not
as
stepping
funny
right
as
there.
girls.
He's
No,
like,
no,
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 he's not.
no,
Call,
I be
call,
at
call.
work.
I be at work. I get a call. I be at. This happened several times. I'm at work in a meeting with my two bosses and the CIO, all in the room talking, and I always carry my cell phone on me even at work because employees can reach us at work. My emails don't work anyway. I'll see a text message. She's texting me. I don't answer. I put it in my pocket. I feel the vibration again. And then I'm like, okay, I'll answer when I get back. I get to my desk, I see a missed call or maybe 2 missed calls at work on my work phone. So then I finally call him back. Yo, babe, why did you hit me back?
How you know
Send
it
a
wasn't
meeting.
Guys, listen,
It
guys have
happens.
different levels
You guys
of
do the
crazy.
same thing too.
We might pop up, yes, but
You gonna leave a voicemail.
You're not gonna leave it. You're gonna keep this. It'll be a call,
Yeah.
call,
No,
call,
yeah,
FaceTime, call, FaceTime,
Yeah.
FaceTime, call, FaceTime,
Yeah.
call.
The old
Word.
word.
And
I see how
then,
it
and then the
is.
curve, and then the automatic
Hello.
curve.
Okay.
Oh, I called you 7 times, you didn't answer.
Okay.
That's it. It's
Y'all
over
look,
for that.
y'all look crazy.
I'll talk to you
'cause
tomorrow.
The amount of response I got under the post and the amount of women I see, there was some girls that said they would do it. I'm just like, yo, I never even see you
I've
be
done
about.
it.
And I'm like, y'all all popping up, yo.
It's not like
In
we're
a
doing
group.
the
Together.
crazy
Together.
pop up. It's not like we're one of those girls that like everywhere you go, like you can't move, like my shoulder would just show up.
Yeah, that's a little.
not the
That's
kind
a
of
little.
woman that I-
that's
that's
a
not the
little-
woman I am.
That's a little.
I'm gonna
crazy.
defend.
You
I'm gonna
be-
defend my level of crazy.
You'd be single. You'd be single.
I have an escalation. Like you already know dating me what is gonna come with. And you'll have enough respect for me that you won't go there. And I'm gonna tell you up front, I am that kind of girl.
You're gonna tell
That'll
somebody
go
you're
flip more
dating
squad.
that you.
I like
It
look,
is what it
Well-
is.
But you need to let a guy know though, like you can't play innocent and then you flip it on a man, like, and then you're like straight up for local. You can't do
Well,
that.
Yeah.
You kind of have to let him know, like,
There's
listen,
levels to
be like,
this.
you know what, I might not be the one to pop up every day, but I'm gonna be the one to take it there. Like you can try me.
Yes.
That's my
Try me
favorite
if
line.
you like.
That's
Try me
my
if you
favorite.
want.
I'm like, you can try me if you want.
Yep.
I'm smiling today, but
I guess.
might be
And
crazy.
I won't do it in public. Like if I with
Mm-mm.
friends and all that stuff, I've
No.
learned my lessons. I'ma wait. I'ma be all smile face.
Mhm.
When soon as my zagot, my big toe
Hits the house
All right.
What?
So the reason why I
or the
want to-
car. The car is
The reason why I want to talk about
Yeah.
the reason why I want to talk about this, we're doing our viewers' choice part 2, and I want to apologize. I left a whole page of questions out from a lot of people, so we're gonna get that. Yo, all week I've been beating myself up. Even somebody texts me like, "You didn't ask my question," but we're gonna get back into it. So the first question is actually coming from me,
Oh.
and the reason I'm
have
actually
We just had a question for
I
you.
don't have an answer.
the reason why
At least you're
that's
being
why I
a man about it,
talked.
don't get
That's why I
fired.
talked about it because they said the level of crazy. So I want to know my cast members, and I want to know the highest level of crazy they've all done, and what have they done
Highest
in their
level.
highest level of crazy.
Oh.
So,
I'm
so
gonna-
this question's for me, and then we're gonna go right back to viewers' choice.
I'll go first, but I want to keep this brief. I don't feel like I'm an everyday crazy.
Okay.
But what I do tell people is I know myself. I know my level of anger. I always refer to myself as a light switch. I'm off or on. I love you. I hate you. I don't believe that many areas in life require a shade of gray, particularly my relationship.
Okay.
So I'm either like, oh my God, I'm so in love, or who?
Yeah.
There's nothing that happens in between. I promise you.
Okay.
There's nothing that happens in between. So, if you, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not one of those chicks that's just,
You see the whole just you
no,
see
you
how
gotta,
he's treating you?
No.
no, it's fine. No, but that's why you kind of have, like I said, you have to let people know, like, I will love you up. I'm very affectionate. Like, that is just me. But I know myself. I think I could very much become the personification of 0 to 100. And by 0 to 100, I mean, like, the way you piss me off, what I deem is, like,
Okay.
it's either the curve or you just gotta, like, you gotta just brace yourself and deal
You
with
gotta
it.
die.
You have to, not even death, but it'll just get to the point where I'm never gonna be the one to turn around. My ultimate goal, it sucks, I'm sorry. My ultimate goal is I'm never gonna be the one to turn around when there's a failed relationship to be like, that's when I got away. It's always me. I'm always the one that got away. I'm always the person that they wish they could get back. And I'm okay with that.
No shit.
Because I will make sure that whatever happens,
Mm-hmm.
you understand that you're at fault. You understand that you left.
Yep.
You understand that you walked away. You understand that you pushed me. And when I leave,
It's over.
that's
Hey.
it.
So were you the one that was always broken up with, or you was the one that was doing the breaking?
I mean, I'm broken up with is so, cliche. But I made sure that I was not at fault.
Okay.
I'll say that.
Okay.
Whether I was literally the one that was like, I can't take this, or I let you say it and then I'll watch you try to squander it back.
Yeah.
Nah, that's not my business. But I just made sure that it was never something that Vanessa did.
That caused the relationship to. All right. So I'm.
I
calculated.
calculated.
It was a mutual. It was a.
No, like you did it, I reacted. That's it.
That's it. Crazy.
No, I'm
Okay, so what's the craziest
Let's go.
thing
don't
that I've done?
Yes.
You know what's so crazy is that it just hit me. Okay, so I didn't hit him with the car. I didn't hit him, but he was near the car.
You got your case, you know that, right?
He alright.
Say it. I'm trying to help
This is what happened. No,
You hit him with a car.
I didn't hit him with the car.
You hit him with a car.
I didn't hit him with the car.
Were you driving the car?
Yes.
Did he get hit with any parts of the car?
Okay.
You hit him with
No,
the
I didn't say yes. What happened was
That is
we
the
were
start of all
outside
lies.
of the car,
All right.
and we were arguing like really, really bad. It was like on the back street of his house, and he like took the door and slammed the car door mad loud, almost shattering the window. Like, boom! So I lost it. I said, God damn, I'm not even my car. And he was just like, so he's like slamming on the hood. This is so dramatic. He's like slamming on the hood of the car. So I peeled off, and then the mirror kind of bumped him.
You hit him.
So it wasn't you.
Fell.
It wasn't you.
But it wasn't
the
me.
mirror. It was the mirror.
You hit him with the car.
Don't let
Was
him.
it? No.
No.
You
But it
were
wasn't
leaving for
her.
your own
I was leaving.
She was
You
scared. She was frightened.
You hit him.
No, because
You-
he was like, get out the car, get out. And he
You
slammed the
hit,
hood.
you hit him
So
in the
I drove, and the mirror bumped him, and
Did
he
he-
kind of fell. So I guess I was like, fuck, yo. Damn.
You didn't keep on driving?
Yo.
I felt bad.
Yo.
But then his pops comes out the crib, like, what is going on here?
And now
What
you're
is
crazy.
going on
And now
here?
you're crazy.
No, I look crazy.
King Kong is like this. And now you're
I wasn't the
You hit
crazy
him-
one though.
You hit him with the car.
No, that's
Look.
not what she said. I heard.
I'm in the road.
We can run the tape tomorrow.
Mind you though, but he got up no
That's
problems.
what EMS is for.
He got up no problem.
He can sue you.
He can't sue me.
It's okay. It's a safety issue.
Please.
was
But
driving-
that was like
statute of
a
limitations.
real long
He
time
was
ago.
threatening
Oh
her.
my
He banged on the
gosh.
window
Thank
and
you. He
said,
was threatening
It's
me.
self-defense.
He was threatening
You
me.
Hit him. Cars weigh about
First of all, I wasn't even going that fast, and it was the mirror that kind of
enough force.
Then may have touched you.
may
I'm
have
sure.
such a. He's dramatic.
Enough
though.
force to hit
Clearly.
him and may
Oh
fall.
God.
If he was
No,
banging
it
on the
wasn't.
car, he could have just dropped himself.
He slammed my door mad loud, almost shattering the window. And then when I get in the car, he banged on the hood like, "Get the fuck out the car!" Get the. And I said, "You're crazy!" And I drove off. So then the mirror hit him.
It was self-preservation.
I'm
Thank
not-
you. I think that was just like.
You should go to the next
To his
person.
boys, to his
That
boys,
was like the
to his
craziest
boys, you
thing.
crazy.
I really
but
hope he's not. I doubt he's watching.
I'm gonna go with Nikki.
Oh God.
That was like a little. Sorry. I
I
apologize.
can't think of anything. I'm not that. I want to say Robin's Vanessa when it comes to like. I'm the type of person like I will argue with you about 100 things one time, but I won't argue with you about one thing 100 times. So I might say something to you, or I might argue with you about something, and I'm like, okay, cool. You heard what I said. And I always make sure that I've gotten my point across. You may not like it, but you understand what I'm saying.
Right.
And then if it happens again, I'm like, okay. And it happens again. But I am a 0 to 60 type of person. Like once I go red, it's a wrap.
At least you have
So
a limit though. Look, you're 0 to 60. You're so nice.
yeah, well, sick,
60.
But
Me.
then, but I call it, you don't have those dogs when they say when dogs in the red zone, they just,
Yeah.
they that's when they're most dangerous.
Yeah.
I literally see red, and then that's my most dangerous. So I have to say, but I'm not too crazy. I mean,
I mean, back in the day,
I
we
mean,
all
I
had
think
our.
the only
No,
thing I've
I
done
know there's a
is-
crazy
just
Nikki out
me.
there.
There is, but it's to the point, like, if you really piss me off, like, I'm the type of person is like, don't make it seem like I need you, or don't dare me, or not dare you,
Yeah.
like, oh, you ain't gonna do shit,
Oh yeah, I don't like that. Oh, I don't like that either.
I've thrown my,
Yeah, I don't
I've
like
thrown
that.
my boyfriend's clothes out the house,
Oh.
like, literally out the window,
Oh, that's
Ooh.
like,
and,
that's
like,
like,
go
that's
get your
like,
shit,
that's
or,
like,
Man,
yeah.
that's like out the window.
I'll take
I'm
that.
telling you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Left it on somebody's grass.
The calculated
We're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about
All
that.
right, bees.
For Loco right here. For Loco.
Do you want me
Yo,
to tell your story?
everybody sit
I got
back.
this.
If y'all
I
watching,
it for you.
sit back. This is gonna be a doozy.
Crazy.
Do you want one of us to narrate this one? Because
Everybody
this could
sit-
go anywhere.
I don't think you've
Well,
done anything
I
too crazy.
have many moments where I have reached a level of crazy, but I think my craziest, me showing up at the house was like work.
That's like that's not.
I actually made myself an account holder.
Oh
on my
yes.
on my ex-boyfriend's phone line with his social and his password. He had no idea. I was getting all the bills. I was getting everything. He had no clue. At the time, the
Thank you,
psychic,
'cause
I stayed up one late night when I was a sophomore, and on the psychic, when you log into your T-Mobile online, there was a little tiny line, like this small, that you can click on and you can see inside of the person's psychic. So I saw his notes, I saw his texts, I saw his pictures, I saw every single thing. Who would have known that little old me, 2 something in the morning, would have all that? And so I said, you know what? I want to make myself an account holder. I called my cousin who worked for Sprint, and she said, we lit. I got his password, everything. I was getting bills, and he had no clue.
They're so dumb.
Good Lord. And honestly, that's not.
I don't think that's that bad. Yeah,
Yo,
I mean, that shit crazy. That's why I gave my political. There's a debate going on tonight. I'm not trying to get myself in, you know.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been to the house.
That's horrible.
With another woman sitting there, and I sat there like this, and just sitting there, just saying, "Hey,
We can all meet up.
Yeah, that's
we can all just meet up." I've been on the grass like 10 Hut calling like, "Hey, so you here?
Oh my
Really?
God.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm
Have a good night." And I was back in my car.
Yo, my cast,
Sounds like a little wild.
my cast is crazy.
We've grown so much.
My
What's the
cast is
craziest thing
crazy.
you've ever done, sir?
I've done nothing.
Stop it.
I've
Do you
done-
want us to respond?
I've done nothing crazy.
Just stop.
I'm usually the victim in my
You are the
relationship.
man.
You're the victim.
I always
mentality
get
lives on.
I always get broken up with
Oh,
for some
shut
reason.
up.
You wanna hug?
And next we have.
Okay, so next question.
Because, I mean,
All right, so Nikki, we're starting with you from the questions. This is actually from last week. I'm sorry again for missing out a whole page of questions last week. But Nikki, what made you know your husband was the one?
aw.
It's, I guess, I'm not stuttering because I don't know. I'm trying to put it in the right words. I always knew he was the one because I was always drawn to him. Like the chemistry was always there between us. When you look at your mate, or when you look at somebody when you're with them, and when you think about your future, and you can only see that future with that person, that's when you know they're the one. So it was kind of like my life goals, everything that I want in life had him in it. Like I can't see a life without him. I tell people, look, if he goes, I'm going with him, because there's no world without him for me.
Oh, Nikki.
So I was just like, if you see
Yeah.
y'all so
Damn.
You hear that, Muffner?
That's crazy.
So I guess it was just what made me fall in love with, what made me know he was the one, was just knowing that every hope, dream, and aspiration had him included in it.
Shout out to Black Love. guys.
I know, right? That
was beautiful.
All right, more for Nikki.
Oh,
What can you say you have learned from being on the perspective?
Jeff, what is this arm that you're doing?
I've learned a lot of stuff that I just probably missed in my 20s. I've learned. I always tell people I live a very, I say conservative, like I always say I'm the conservative of the bunch or whatever, but for me, I learned a lot of different different aspects of looking at things, where because of my upbringing or because of my experiences, I wouldn't look at it in that way. So the ladies have definitely taught me a lot.
We try.
All right, Lover, how many more years are you giving your current boyfriend?
This motherfucker. Who asked
Are you giving your current boyfriend time to propose?
years?
And
He got years?
it said years.
He got years. That's the answer. Years?
He's got years.
He ain't got years.
Well,
That sounds like
that was the
answer.
Damn,
That was the
son.
answer.
Years?
Years.
Years is more.
You answer the question. It says years.
How
She
many
said
more
none.
years
She
am I
just
giving
answered.
him?
She said none.
Zero.
Oh, okay. Damn.
0 years.
Okay, let me
Damn.
respond back to him.
The people want to know.
He better not have sent that question.
All right.
Years?
This one's actually funny.
That was a light.
Vanessa.
Like hazing. This is
Vanessa,
definitely-
this is funny.
this is hazing.
Is this safe to say that your type is big guys?
Oh, I
And why?
No. I'm okay with it. No, I'm okay with it.
Honestly, that's what they want.
I
Is it safe to say that
No, I
your
do
Yo,
like.
these
I do
viewers
like.
is
I do like big guys. Number one, I'm not a small girl, and I'm okay with it. I don't feel like I'm petite. I'm definitely not the petite little package that, you know, most people look for. And I've always felt more comforted by bigger guys. And not just necessarily like big in body mass. Like my ex-boyfriend before my boyfriend now, 6'5", he was like, when we were dating, he's 6'5", 260.
Oh, yeah. Remember that tall guy he was
Girl,
with?
stop. That's too much conversation.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. So definitely, I like bigger guys. I've always been attracted to, even like, listen, the football players. Like, everybody's looking at the basketball players. I was like, look at that defensive end right there. So that is my thing.
I was laughing when
I don't mind big guys. I'm not a big guy
with it.
appreciator. I welcome it.
Big guy myself.
Just shut up.
Bees.
What?
Do you have anyone of interest at this very moment? And how's it going so far? This was all from last week.
This week's questions are a little bit intense.
And it's not even that. This was all from last week. So.
I feel like this is a speed round.
Right?
Really?
Yeah.
It's like, bam.
Do I have anyone of interest? No.
That's in the past.
Really?
And how's it going? Nowhere.
No one.
Get into it.
No, I have zero.
All right. So we have a topic since you went
Someone
over the
I'm interested in, though, but there's many men interested in.
Ooh,
I know that's right.
Tell them how it is, honey.
Just because they think my season is dry.
Okay. Let's get to a topic. All right. How to respect
For who?
all
All
of
of
us.
us.
How to respect or not overstep when you're in a relationship with someone who has a child with someone else. If there are things that she is doing that you do not agree with, or that you don't think is wrong, can you comment on what would be overstepping, or how out of place is it to comment on their relationship as a co-parent
What are you really
slash
asking?
as a girlfriend?
That's a long.
I'm gonna take the question for what I think you tried
hold
to
on, it's
say.
not done.
Come on, that's too
Or
much.
is it best to mind your own business since the child is not biologically yours?
If you want to mind your own business, do so. 'Cause
But
there's
I feel
mad
like
stuff.
if you're in a relationship with a person that is progressing to more than just being boyfriend and girlfriend, then at some point you need to have a voice, especially if the custodial parent is giving you one.
Okay.
I don't feel like it's healthy for you to completely fall back because they do have another parent. You should definitely, even if it's not you wanting to reprimand the child because you don't feel like you guys are yet at that point, you should still be able to comfortably speak to your spouse and let them know what's going on.
I agree.
Because if, like I said, if this is somebody that you see a future with, I can't imagine you looking at building a life with somebody and not feeling like you can reprimand or correct their child. Because what if there is a moment that the child is in your presence by themselves?
Yeah.
Right.
At that time, can I not trust you with my son because I know you're not going to check him if he does something bad, or you're not going to correct it, or you're not going to protect him? That's all the things that's going to run through my mind as a parent. So I just feel like if the parent does give you a green light, and it is something that you're not just a guy that's there for, spring fling or whatever the case is. If it is a long-lasting relationship, you definitely should be able to first have a voice with your spouse, and then eventually you can try to
quick
figure out.
question for you, Vanessa. In terms of reprimand, do you think that the person your mate should wait until after you're married to get into that zone, or before, like being boyfriend and girlfriend? Is it okay to like reprimand the child, if so, or would you rather marriage?
I'm speaking to my situation now, because my situation before then was, I guess it wasn't that idea. But my situation now, my boyfriend and I definitely had the marriage talk, the family planning talk, and things of that nature. And when we kind of got comfortable in the fact that we saw a future in each other, I kind of let him know, like, the moment might not be now, but eventually you're going to have to feel comfortable stepping into a parental role with Bryce, because he also doesn't have kids. So although he's very close with like his nephew, or if they have somebody in their life like a nephew or niece or whatever the case is that they feel that they have a parental vibe with, it's still not the same as having somebody there. And especially with us wanting to like live together and all these other things, at that point, not to say it deletes the fact that he has a father, but you very much become a custodial parent with me, because my son is going to pick up more on your mannerisms and things that you're doing, because you're the person that's in the house with him and probably the person he'll be spending more time with.
Okay.
So we did have a conversation, just that, like, I'm letting you know I'm okay. Like, if you see something that you don't like, I'm okay with you saying something. Like, obviously, I'm not telling you go beat my child or whatever the case is, but I'm definitely comfortable with you saying something and checking him, because that's also something that I feel like the child needs. The child needs an equal amount of presence with both a female and a male. So I feel like, you know, he obviously sees that's my boyfriend. He knows that we're planning the future together, or living together, or whatever the case is. So I don't want Bryce to disrespect him, and I also don't want him to feel like he either needs to be completely hands off or to be disrespectful towards Bryce either. Yeah. So I think it's a conversation that needs to happen.
What's to you? I'm asking you. What's overstepping to you? Because I think that's what the person is asking.
Overstepping to me would be reprimanding, especially in a physical manner, and there hasn't been that green light from the parent.
Okay.
If I come home and I've never said, yo, Jeff, it's okay for you to discipline my son, and I come home and he's like, oh my God.
He's already on his
not
knees.
even asking you. Like, Jeff, I did it and Jeff hit me. Jeff, like, that's a problem with me and you now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I also don't. The reason why I say I feel like a conversation is necessary, because if I'm having a conversation with him at this point, you could assume I've already had this conversation with his dad and let him know, like, this is somebody that is in my life. It's not just a play pretend boyfriend or somebody that's here, like, just a, you know, just for right now or whatever. So that's also a weird thing that he brought up, which he might have thought I wasn't paying that much attention to, but I was. But he did bring it up. He's like, you know, my thing is I don't want to start reprimanding or saying something and then for it to be a problem with me and his dad, because, like, how do you interject between that?
It's an ego thing, because
not even ego. He's really worried about, like, he was really saying it in terms of, like, he doesn't want to discipline Bryce, and for Bryce to say something to his dad, and for the dad not to receive it as it actually happened. Like, if you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then it becomes a conflict between him, because he does, like, as a man, he doesn't feel like if there was an issue, Bryce's dad would come to me and be like, oh, tell your man. No, he knows that the problem is going to come directly to him, and that's how it's going to happen. So I just had to make it clear to him that, you know,
that's not going to happen.
I would try my best not to allow that, but I do expect you to kind of have some kind of authority with him. The same way if I'm with my when I'm with you guys, like, I hang out with the guys all the time, and literally if my son acts out, they all say something, even if it's not everybody at the same time. But somebody's gonna be like, yo, Bryce, like, you know what I'm saying? And I want him to, even if it's just to that degree, I'm comfortable with that, because at the end of the day, I could leave my son with Jeff. I could leave my son with his godfather and know that if he acts up or does something that I wouldn't approve of, they're going to check it. Right. So I just needed him to at least get to that level. Okay. And I think that's a conversation that needs to happen.
Because that's probably, like, he doesn't want any, like, conflict. Because I can speak from experience, too. Like, you're going to try to discipline a child that's not biologically yours. And if that child goes back to their real father, now saying that, oh, this person did this, Jeff D hit me, this, that, and the third, now it becomes an issue, because now it's coming from your child.
Well, it also just depends on, like, communication.
Yeah, but I'd feel away
how
too
you say
if
it.
my child came up to me and said, this person's beating me.
Well, you're not going to be beaten.
The kid is never going to say it as it happens. So the kid will probably get in trouble. Like, Jeff is going to scream at them, like, oh, Jeff got in my face.
Right.
Yeah,
so it's always going to turn into something
They're going to put some spice. They're going to put some spice.
Yeah, but you're not going to be out here whooping the child. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's always a level of...
My ex-boyfriend actually did that, though. Not with my son, but, like, him and I, obviously, we were both in different relationships, and we were just speaking because he's in a situation. He has a child, but his girl had 2 children. And he told me, he was, like, confiding in me, he was going through something, and he was like, yo, I hit her daughter. And I was like, oh my God. Like, he was like, but you don't understand. Like, he was trying to, like, you know.
Was that like his daughter, or was it like.
The one thing with them, when this situation happened, they were living together.
That's what I'm saying.
You know
like,
what I'm saying?
If
so
this
the dynamic
becomes
was different.
Your stepchild, you lived together for 15 years. You know what I mean?
But it wasn't 15 years. It was still very fresh in this moving in setting or whatever the case is. But the little girl is being disrespectful. And what I tried to explain to him, I'm like, number one, I know she lives with you, but that's not your daughter. Like, is she okay with you physically disciplining her child? Like, could you have put her, like, in a corner or, like, time out? Or, I don't know what works. But he was like, yo, she was beyond disrespectful. And he really did. Like, he, like, beat her like that was his daughter. Like, he,
you know what, sometimes...
Because he does have a daughter as well. So I'm not saying that he, like...
Takes the village.
I'm not saying that he, like, you know, beat her to a pulp. But he did beat her as if he would have done to his daughter that did something bad. And I was like, good luck. Let me know
Let me know how to argue.
Like, if the mother, you know, is like, was the mother okay with that and stuff like that? It also depends on the level of your relationship or how you recommend, or even speak to the significant other how they raise their child.
I guess. Alright, so this one goes to we got a caller, sorry. This one's pretty funny too, sorry.
Some of the things you find funny, I don't find it funny at all.
Caller, you're live. Oh, that's right. All right, this is a question to all of us. Who's the most emo in the cast?
Emo.
Emotional.
Like reserved, like in
Emotional.
your
Emotional.
Oh,
Emotional.
emotional.
There's levels to this.
It is.
Emotional. This one goes to all of us.
Who's the
Who do
most
we think is the most emotional?
Yeah.
Well, this week I'll speak for myself.
I think the most emotional is Jeff.
Yeah. Thank you. Take on the guy.
I don't think any of us here are that emo. I mean, I can be very dramatic, but like, man.
Emotional?
I get emotional, guys.
Well, emotional is not always
Thin
like
line emotional and
sad.
crazy.
Emotion can be
Emotional.
like emotion can be anger. It can be happiness. It can, you know what I mean? Like
Do you mean
emotion
like
is not always
emotional, like
sadness.
sensitive?
Who do you think is the
like
most
sensitive?
sensitive?
Do you want sensitive?
Who's the
Ah,
most sensitive?
Why don't
Who
you?
is the most sensitive?
You are.
I am not the
Chef?
most sensitive. If I was most sensitive here, I wouldn't be on this show.
Yeah, alright. You're the most sensitive.
I think we need to tell that person we need a more direct.
Everything can.
Maybe like sensitive,
I think
the most angry, the
Everything.
most.
I think, like you said, I think there's levels to us to get us to that level.
I don't think anybody here is like sensitive. Oh,
maybe about different things in
Yeah,
different
different
ways.
things, yeah.
I'm in that
Yeah.
group chat. That group chat gets a little.
All right, so this month is me. It's fine.
I'll be
don't
like,
care, I'm just
yo.
doing
You know what? April is almost over, girl. Don't
I
even worry
know.
about
One
it.
day I'm gonna be a
April-
different girl.
Right.
All right, so this one goes to Beast. How do you feel being the only single cast member?
Fine.
It's great.
Like that's good. Okay.
I don't feel any kind of way. I don't feel lonely. I don't feel like damn I gotta keep up with my people. I don't. Like I'm glad that I'm single in my 20s. I feel like as I start going up, I'll probably be a little bit concerned. But I think I'm good for now. Like, I have fun and I'm not single and bitter and lonely. My phone rings like
Hotlines bling.
I would be upset if I was whack. Like I'm single and I'm whack.
Damn.
Damn.
Okay, you gotta pick a struggle.
You gotta pick
You gotta
pick one.
You gotta commit to just one
multi-complex.
struggle.
Yeah.
But I feel good. I'm actually motivated by being on the cast. Like to hear my friends' experiences makes me, you know, even more confident in the relationship that I'm looking for and standing to be a certain kind of woman. It's a motivational piece for me too.
So she takes that. She's like Kobe. She takes that as motivation.
I mean, if we're talking about greatness, you know,
Here we go.
Virgo
talking
Nation.
about greatness.
All right, we got another topic. There's an ongoing discussion about what should.
I don't know why you always go so low.
There is an ongoing discussion about should women bear children.
Should women bear children?
Should women bear children? I don't know.
It's like
Okay,
who
go
asked
ahead.
these questions?
Do they feel? Oh, I guess they're talking about you guys. Do they
Okay.
feel if women choosing to bear children, are they any less of women?
Choose not to be.
Oh,
not.
okay,
Choose
I
not.
understand what they
Okay,
want
okay,
to
okay.
say. I do know people that have chosen not to have children.
Not to have children.
And I feel like they make this decision when they're younger, maybe like the 20s, when they're not maybe in something serious, in early 30s. And the women that I do know that have decided to make this decision, ultimately they regret it. Not to the point where they're like killing themselves on the inside, but there's some part of them that feels absent. They have very valid reasons as to why they chose not to. They didn't want to be selfish. They didn't feel like they could accommodate and love a child as they wanted to do and still provide themselves with all the things that they wanted. But when they grow up and then they're seeing people with families and stuff like that, I always sense, and they do verbally talk about some kind of longing or whatever, even if they're fulfilled. I even know people that just have one child and it was like maybe
I
a
wish I
bad
had more.
situation.
Mm-hmm.
No, but they'll be like, no, I only wanted one because it was a bad situation. And as a child gets older, they always sound just
They want
a
more.
tad bit resentful that they didn't have more, or they sound like, you know, I wish I could have been able to, but it was so hard that they basically forced themselves into feeling like they did not want more children.
I don't want to say that there's something wrong with it, but I wonder when women say that they don't want to have children, like, is it because you're associating it with a negative aspect? Like, is it because you witnessed a divorce? Is it because, you know, you don't want to have to struggle like X, Y, and Z instead of seeing the beauty of having children? For me personally, if I could not bear children, I would feel less of a woman. Damn, that's something that I felt like I was born to have. And if it was medically not possible for me, then I would know, like, okay, that's what God chose for me. Maybe I'm meant to be X, Y, and Z. But if I have ample opportunity to be a mother, I say, why not take it?
I think that, and maybe I'm messed up, I think women that don't want to have children are very strange. I do. I don't understand why we're given this gift as women to be able to bear children. And there are women out there dying to have kids and can't. And then you have the opportunity to do it, but choose not to, whether you have multiple abortions because you don't want to, or you just decide your career is more important because you don't want to. Like, I don't know. I don't really associate myself with women that don't want children.
Okay.
Maybe it's mean. Right. Because I don't get, no matter what you're going to tell me, I'm not going to connect with that.
Even if they were like young, age-wise, you know, with kids.
But I think that you're saying that because you're young. You don't know what your life is going to be like in 10
To
years.
make that kind of decision.
Right, to make that decision at 19, 20 is stupid. Like, you don't know anything. Right. And I know women that cannot have children, and it's heartbreaking. If I were ever to the point where I can't have children, somebody's being my surrogate, or I'm adopting, or something, because to me, I have ovaries. I have, you know what I mean? Like, this is what we are, I believe that this is what we are born to do. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you have to have kids right now. I'm not saying that you can't have a career. But some women are like, I don't want to have kids because I'm focused on my career. Shut up. Like,
You gotta call her. And God gives you opportunity every month.
Right.
It's like, go ahead.
Carly Alive, the perspective.
What's going on? What's going on, man?
What's going on?
City Run the City. I'm calling to speak to Pink Passion, Cherry the Problem, and Sexy Lexi. What's going on?
I'm sorry. These are not these people.
Hello, who you calling for?
who you calling for?
I'm calling to speak to Cherry the Problem and Pink Passion.
Nah.
The radio
What's the
station?
next show?
It's
Next
the
show.
Next show, darling.
Next show?
Next
Next
show.
All right. When I got to call back?
9 o'clock.
8:30,
9
9 o'clock.
I'm going to go get me a sandwich until then.
All right, you do that. But yeah, I just don't, because I deeply, like, even through the Bible, through God, like, we are here to bear children.
Yes.
Like, that's what we are here to do.
I'm like, I don't see I don't think a woman is any less of a woman because she chooses not to bear children. Now, having said that, I have a child. I want more children. I love being pregnant. I hope I could get pregnant again. And so I see the beauty in bearing children. I knew for me, at a young age, that motherhood was definitely something that I wanted to do. Having said that, I can understand a woman who said, I don't want to be a mother. Like, some people literally don't have that instinct. Well, you know, or they feel that, or some women don't have that instinct to be a mother.
But Oprah has children. That's schools. You know what I mean? Like, just because she didn't bear children doesn't mean she doesn't have children.
And I just think that if there are sometimes the reasons is their childhood was jacked up, so they don't want to bear children or bring them into that. Well, it is.
You shouldn't look at what it is that you feel like, the people with the daddy mentality, like the daddy issues, or the people with the guys with the mommy issues. Like, that should be a reason for you to want better.
You know, but some people don't realize that, so they live in that daddy issue or that mentality, or that victimology where they're the victim always and don't want to bring it. And there's some women, we say selfish, but they're very career goal oriented to the point where children are just not in the mix. They have a goal where they want to reach in their life, and when you're that, I wouldn't say when you're that driven, but when you're driven for, and I almost want to say tunnel vision, children don't come in the mix. I would rather. There are women. Like my heart, like breaks when you see women who want to have children and can't have children.
Yeah.
I literally cringe inside. But I think it's more respectable of a woman who knows she's not that person of a mother. She knows she's not that nurturing person, and choose not to have children rather than have children and then make that child feel alone in the world.
Okay, so let me ask you this. You having children, you guys have children. In the moment, your situations are different. I feel like when you're going through the pregnancy, certain things occur as women.
Not
Initially,
always.
you may have been like, oh my God, I'm about to have a baby. This is crazy. But when you're bearing the child and carrying, and you feel the child kicking, you hear the heartbeat. There are certain triggers and hormones in the way as women we are biologically conditioned for certain things. Not to say that postpartum doesn't happen, because I know women that have gone through it because it's a serious thing. But I don't think it's because, oh, I didn't want to have the child and now I have the child and F this child. You know what I mean? I think it's just the emotions of motherhood and stress and things like that.
I've met people who, even throughout their pregnancy, complained about the entire. I loved my pregnancy. I had a great pregnancy, and I loved every minute of it. The first time I felt the baby flutter, the first time I heard the heartbeat, when I found out the sex. I mean, like, I loved it. And then I had a friend who was pregnant, and she hated the entire time. Oh my God, my back. You know, like, she complained about the entire process. She did not like it at all. Like, and then to turn around, she ended up having postpartum afterwards or whatever. Like, she literally did not like her pregnancy. She was mad that she was pregnant. She was mad during her pregnancy.
Yeah, it happened.
She loves her child, and then she ended up having postpartum, you know?
No, it's
some
hard.
people just don't like being pregnant. I know actually a relative of mine, she really does love being pregnant. Like, she loves that feeling. She loves.
I know women that
feels
love
like she
being
feels so
pregnant.
beautiful. She likes how her body is formed or whatever. But then you see, I know other women the same way, that they love it and they're not very maternal. They have these children and they're not, and that to me, I like what Nikki was saying. I kind of agree with the two, because it is a responsible decision. Because when you see these people that do have children and they're not maternal, or you see the girls that are always getting pregnant, always having a termination, that's equally as heartbreaking. You know, as seeing someone who simply just can't. That's really, really bad. Like, I know people that I look at them and their kids and I'm just like, oh, like, poor child. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because they're not maternal, like, not with their kids, not with other people's kids. They just don't have it in them. They probably got pregnant, I don't want to say by accident, but, you know, unplanned, unexpected. They had the child for whatever reason they decided to, but it's just not in their nature to be motherly.
Yeah. So I was reading a Facebook article, one of these random Facebook articles, and it was of a man who was in a relationship, who was in the beginning of a relationship talking to a psychiatrist, and he was talking to a psychiatrist because he said the girl does want to get married. The girl he's with, he's madly in love with her, but she doesn't want to have kids.
Deal breaker.
It's a choice. It's a choice that she has had. Career-driven woman, very strong black woman, but he was thinking about proposing and all, but she just did not want to.
And he's a deal breaker. He wants kids.
And he wants kids.
That's Joan on girlfriend.
That's crazy. And to me, I was like, he felt like he was in a position where his back was actually against the wall because he didn't want to leave her. But this is like, he wanted to have children. Like,
if he would have got with her, he would have been questioning it the whole time. Every time he saw a Johnson & Johnson commercial.
Yeah.
And that's not something.
Maybe he thinks he could change her mind.
It was an article, and even I felt it. I was like, damn, I was reading this.
That's not something that you can persuade people into doing, because honestly, there's always gonna be some kind of resentment. Yeah. And she's gonna. I don't want to say she's going to do something to the child, but she's always going to be resentful either to the child or to him because it's something that she wants.
Yeah.
And she has to carry.
Men, there's some men that really don't want children, and I've seen guys.
I don't understand.
No, but I've seen.
I
know people.
I'm
not saying that they don't want children at all. But maybe they don't see themselves having children with a particular person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've seen people in that, and I've seen guys literally get trapped. Like, people talk about, like, in those black novels or whatever. I've seen a guy literally get trapped.
Into having kids?
He got trapped, like on some, like, I took the morning after pill and everything, and months later, like, you know what I'm saying?
I really saw the move this morning after pill. Don't even.
I've seen people really get trapped, and I mean, trapped. I also use loosely because you had sex with her voluntarily.
Yeah.
But
you can't say.
But I've seen guys that are just not ready for kids, and then, you know, the girl gets pregnant and they're in this situation, and it's equally as sad.
And it's it's really being taken out on the child too. Yeah. When it's done like that, it's really tough. But let's go on to the next topic. This one's for Nikki. Nikki, who out of the cast is more likely to look through their significant other's phone?
Please.
It's funny we're getting all these questions.
It's too brutal.
I'm more convinced on Vanessa now.
You said lover.
I'm more convinced on Vanessa now. Vanessa now, but V said the story earlier. Apparently, she doesn't have to look through the phone.
She's already got
She already got it. She already got it.
Apparently, going through the phone.
Yeah.
That had me dying. Bro.
That's
I was like,
funny.
who's setting us up like this?
Yo, these
Lover.
questions.
Me.
Who's more likely in the cast to have?
Speak up.
I don't know why.
Who is more than likely in this cast to have 10 kids?
10?
10.
Shit. Think about it. Maybe together. Together we get 1, 2.
10 kids.
When I read this, I thought of you.
Me?
I was like, Lover's gonna pop them out.
I do want them back to back, but I don't want 10. Not in this economy.
How many you want?
I want 2.
I thought you wanted more.
No, not in this economy. This is ridiculous. Like that's not even like the most I would do is 3, and that's only if I have the same sex. Like if I have 2 girls,
Mhm.
oh my god, like kill me.
Yeah.
But if I got 2 boys, oh my god, send me a girl.
I thought of you. I really thought
10
of you.
kids? No,
I really
I don't want
thought
that
of you.
many kids.
I really definitely.
No, I
thought
just
of you.
want like 2. I don't know. Maybe Nikki. No, maybe I don't know.
How many you want, Nikki?
I want 3. Oh yeah, so you
3, 2 boys, 1 girl.
Perfect. That's actually.
yeah.
Boys, one girl. That's crazy. So
Yeah, I don't even understand.
that's it for our questions. Actually,
How many you want?
I want a football team.
You want the 10 kids?
I want the 11. I want the
You
strong.
want
So
them
we
to play
should've-
3-on-3 basketball.
We should have answered you.
So you want the
Nah.
10 kids?
Nah, 2 would be good. Just like you said, this economy is crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
I'm not
economy.
even.
This economy.
And plus, you know what? I go by this motto. I feel like no matter how much you make, anything after 2 kids, money's tight.
You think so?
No, I'm serious. Because okay, 2 kids, okay, we in a rhythm. Like person makes like 60, 70, other person makes like 60, 70, 80, whatever the case is. 2 kids, both career-wise
But I-
salaries, you can manage. 3,
I-
the money's always tight. The
I-
money is, unless you making like Rev Run money, unless you
gotta
like
pay
up
for
there,
school, too.
you gotta pay for school, you gotta pay for clothes. Like
College.
no matter what, that 3rd kid is always gonna be a problem
You
financially.
think so?
My
Yes.
mother told me
I
the
see.
other day, don't have that many kids. We have 4. She's like, oh, like, and we're grown. And she's just like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness,
My
like,
cousin has 3 kids and she works 3 jobs and she has a husband and she has a house and they have 2 cars. It is
So what
tight.
she
Like,
does-
that's what I'm
Yo.
saying. I
What she
feel like
doesn't have is time.
the
Yeah, that's what she doesn't have.
it's
Not
the
enough time.
3rd
and she
kid,
manages to take them to dance and karate and
right?
basketball.
Because you
Shout
want
out to
your
That's
her.
kids.
when that's when it
You-
gets crazy.
Yeah, but if you
Shout
have
out to
2
her.
kids, you want them to do after school activities. You want them to do these things.
Play
Yeah.
sports.
Play sports,
Yeah.
have a car, live a certain, be able to afford college. But that 3rd kid, like, damn, that's the stretch.
You have
2.
Twins?
Oh.
straight up.
That's it.
I've seen people walk around with. I have fraternity brothers walking around with clans. I got. A
Oh
brother,
yeah, my girlfriend
he
has
got
5 kids. My
5.
girlfriend has 5.
Walking, he making it work. He no stress in his body. Well, no stress he's showing me.
He's not showing it to you.
No
he
stress
goes
he's
home
showing
crying.
me. But he's making it.
It's stress.
He's
It's
making it.
stress.
All those kids are doing good in school.
I mean,
sports.
granted, if you can handle it, go for it. That's just not me because I want to live a certain lifestyle no matter what.
So Jeff,
I
I
get
have
it.
a question for you. What is the time frame that you think you're gonna get married? How many years are you giving your girlfriend?
Let me take out my phone so I can
Wow.
face you.
Yeah, what's your how many years?
How many
A guy
years?
never really has like a timeline,
So,
as you can see.
So what is
What
But-
if you had a
but-
time frame? What would it be?
But to me, and I'm not speaking for all guys.
He's whispering again.
I'm not speaking for all guys. Whatever makes sense.
I'm not talking about all. I'm talking about you.
Yeah,
don't
to me-
be,
No,
don't be
that-
personal.
I'm not talking for. That is talking
Except
for
for
me.
What is
Whatever
the
makes
What if makes sense?
What makes
What's
sense?
To me, I never looked at it like, oh, 2 years, 3 years, 3 years. I've met guys who've done it in 6 months, and I looked at them like crazy.
Literally.
What about you?
6 months. Whatever
What do
makes
you
sense.
think? What does your heart say in this moment?
If it makes sense, I'll do it. Whether
You
it's
do
6
it
months,
what? 6
whether it's 6 months or 6 years.
If it makes
Oh,
sense.
Oh, because you
Oh,
think.
Whether it's 6 months or 6
All right,
years.
so
loser.
now as a man, do you feel like you have 60? Honestly.
No, of course not.
Okay,
Of course not.
okay.
That's
Sure.
But one of my first experiences, the guy that trained me in the position I'm in now with AT&T, he married his girlfriend after 6 months, and I looked at him like he was crazy. But he also taught me a lesson when we was out drinking one time. He's like, when you know,
You know.
I
That's it.
agree.
Guys know.
Guys,
When
when
you
you
know-
know,
Guys
you
know.
just
and
know.
now they have a baby, they have a house. The baby just won one of the Gerber baby
Oh,
contests.
nice.
Shout out to Lazar. I haven't seen you in a minute. We gotta catch up, Lazar. And they're doing it well. And I've met guys who were 6 years.
Yeah.
So
That's why
whatever
ladies
makes
don't
sense.
believe when you say I don't think he's ready. I foot. They
Yeah.
know.
Whatever
They
makes
know. I do believe that
They
it
know.
just hits them one day. They
It
just
does.
know.
They know.
Whatever makes
Yeah.
sense. But
I agree.
that's it for today, guys. Thank you for viewers' choice. Next week we're back to our regular topics, whatever we do. So keep on sending the topics. Keep on sending the topics to the perspectivesnyc@gmail.com. Thank you guys again. I'm sorry for last week, but we got through everything today, and we'll see you guys next
Apologizing,
week.
they get it.
They don't care about
I'm
last
sure
week.
they enjoyed it.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.